On Asia Down Under, the world's best-known Indian cookbook writer Madhur Jaffrey visits our shores. 4 young engineers with an award-winning malaria-beating idea. And 8 hands, 2 pianos meet the unique Estrella Quartet.
Kia ora and welcome to Asia Down Under. Last week we celebrated World Refugee Day with stories on New Zealand resettlement. This week we have one more. 4 young refugees from Wellington are telling their story through poetry and prose. They've collaborated on a book, Beyond the Dark Journey, which looks back on the events of their life. Glenna Kasalme reports.
War has taken away my blood, my friend, my family, my nation, my cousin.
Pain, but I'm leaving you. Not for now, forever.
My life is my family, to be called human.
When she lived in that refugee camp, Helen was not allowed to go out.
Theirs are stories of the dark, of violence, of death and war. Young refugees whose journeys have brought them here to the land of the long white cloud. They tell their stories intimately and honestly in the book Beyond the Dark Journey. Sunita and Fahim Azizi are from Afghanistan. They have lost their father and have only a picture to remember him by.
I think my mom only has one photo of my dad, and we keep that close to our heart. So it's really good that we have that.
The other day, I was waiting for you, but I never saw you on my way to greet me as usual. Why did you set me up? After all, I did turn up. Was dignity and harmony. I might go through pain, but I'm leaving you.
Both have not forgotten their first days in New Zealand.
When we first came, I didn't know how to speak English, so then I was like, I would never learn English. So I kind of gave up, but then I realized that I actually can. Like, if I try my best and if I put my mind and my heart to it, I'll actually get it. So here I am right now. I was really nervous, not knowing what this country was going to be like. Am I human? I go to work, school, days and days. I learn a lot and try to work hard because I need a good life to become something like others.
Angela Ai's parents fled from Burma before she was born. She grew up in a refugee camp in Thailand. Angela now lives in New Zealand by herself, but has made friends she counts as family.
We don't have no right and no freedom in our countries. And at that time, we got no hope, and we don't know what we're going to do. If she went outside the camp, the local police would catch her and punish her. Sometimes they even send people back to their home country.
Makwei Akin was only 7 when in 1998 his village was left in ruins.
I was back in Sudan, and the place where I was, got turned down, by people, got torn apart, burned. The houses were burned, people were killed. It was one of the memories that I'll always be holding in the back of my head. It will never go away. I have been crying a lot. It is very hard to get away nowadays. I am ending up in a casket.
Makwei has lived in Upper Hutt for 7 years with his auntie. He lost his parents back in Sudan and doesn't even remember how.
I don't actually know the whole stories, because it's the war that breaks us apart, Me, I ran with my auntie when I was, when I was young. Yeah. And then since then, I have never seen my parents.
Today, all 4 of them are meeting. Early this year, they and several other young refugees from Asia and Africa took part in an intensive 20-week writing workshop headed by Samson Saheli. Samson was a refugee from Ethiopia and now works for the Wellington Refugees as Survivors Trust.
They've been through difficult situation, been leaving their home country and go to second country, be a refugee and face many challenges, and then that is a part of their life experience. So it should be good, to record and share to the wider community, and that's really helping the community to understand each other and bridging the communities and raising the awareness.
The poems and short stories created in the workshop are now part of the book Beyond the Dark Journey. It is Samson's brainchild and the second in a series published by the Wellington Refugees as Survivors Trust. For 14 years now, the Trust has provided counseling and advocacy services for refugees based in Wellington.
You could see the positive impact and how it was affecting those communities and the self-esteem being raised by the individual authors and so on. So we feel it's another way of helping this group of people settle and integrate.
Since its inception, the book has created more awareness for the plight of refugees and has helped the young writers face their past and deal with what has happened. It's an essential step for survivors like them.
They survive, and yes, they survive and they're strong, but that shouldn't be taken for granted. We have to provide them with a different support system and structure that they can go beyond. And they work together to name this book Beyond the Dark Journey. So we have to really listen what they hope for. And if they hope for to go beyond that journey, I think it's very important how we're going to support them.
They help me express my feeling, and I can use this skill and the rest of my life. And I'm really appreciate that the RAS do the course, and also I feel very happy that I can express my writing about the Burma, yes.
This is the chance that I can let people understand where I'm coming from and what happened to me and the people that were close to me and my family.
And so, equipped with this literary creation, the group head out to Tawa College to share their stories with young people like themselves, to open their eyes and help them understand what they've been through. Sunita hopes the awareness they've created today will help spare young refugees from the difficulties she faced as the new girl in school.
First, when we went to school, there was some kids like, oh, go back to your country and stuff. They were joking, but like, sometimes they think they're joking and they laugh about it, but really, like, they don't know that's hurting you inside. So in the outside, you might like fake it, be like, yeah, funny, but then actually it's like kind of hurting you.
I have learned so much about New Zealand.
But judging by the students' reactions today, it seems that kind of bullying will not happen here.
I'm giving like a little inside story into their world and what they've been through and everything. So I was really honoured and privileged to be a part of this today.
I was quite surprised how different the cultures are, and I also want to read the book because, yeah, I want to know more about it.
It's been a fun and fulfilling afternoon for the team. Certainly something to celebrate. Sunita, Fahim, Angela and Makwe are moving beyond their dark journey, filled with hope for what lies ahead.
I have a big dream of being a politician, to do a political sign at Vic. And that thing I'm going to try and apply this year in October, and see if I get accepted.
I think in the future I want to study to become a lawyer. If I become a lawyer, I want to help poor people or other people who need help. Yes.
Oh, I would like to be a police officer. I really want to be a policewoman. I just like helping people and like fighting for the rights, like helping the country, kind of like making it something like better. And like standing up for like people's rights and stuff, so I really want to do that.
Their dark past may have been written for them, but their future is a story they get to write for themselves.